Gabos. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Gabos. We back with another one. Subscribe to the channel because your boy's consistent. Subscribing is the vibe. You already know the deal. All right, so we got Young Thug reacting to life. Well, first of all, he didn't get a life sentence. I don't know what they talking about, but I guess this is a documentary pretty much explaining who Young Thug is, where he comes from, how to get himself in this situation. If you've been living under a rock or not living in the U.S., Young Thug and a bunch of his associates were arrested back in February on RICO charges. Since then, I think it's been like 28 of them. Like 9 of them have gotten plea deals. So the case it's flipped on top of its head. Here we have a documentary that explains the situation, what Young Thug is going through, and we're gonna get right into it, man. Let's see what the vibe is all about, man. Let's get right into it.
Looking at it right now, you're looking at a $10 to $15 million deal, man, in the future, you know what I'm saying?
Why does rap music oftentimes feel like it's on trial as a genre?
It seems like it's racist to me, because otherwise I have no idea. Unless there's direct evidence or circumstantial evidence that's credible.
What was going through your mind represent Young Thug?
I'm concerned with a human being who's wrongly charged. And I've had the pleasure of defending Mr. Williams for approximately a decade. You look at it the other way,
God
it's
damn.
going to have a chilling effect.
It seems that rapper Young Thug has had a run-in with the law again, so what exactly happened? Who is Young Thug? Jeffrey Lamar Williams, known professionally as Young Thug, is an American rapper,
Slime.
singer, and songwriter. He is considered to be one of the most influential rappers of his generation, with his music having heavily shaped contemporary trap music
I'll give him that.
and inspired numerous artists.
Young Thug got
He was
mad
born in
influence.
Atlanta, the 10th of 11 children. He is from Sylvan Hills, a neighborhood in Atlanta, and grew up in the Jonesboro South projects. Known for his eccentric vocal style and fashion, he first received attention for his collaborations with rappers Birdman and Gucci Mane. Thug initially released a series of independent mixtapes beginning in 2011 with I Came From Nothing. In early 2013, he signed with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records, and later that year he released his label debut mixtape, 1017 Thug, to critical praise. Young Thug received mainstream recognition in 2014 with the singles Stoner and Danny Glover, in addition to appearances on several singles, including T.I.'s single About the Money, Tyga's single Hookah, and Rich Gang's single Lifestyle. That year he also signed to Liar Cohen's 300 Entertainment and collaborated on the mixtape Rich Gang, The Tour Part 1. In 2015, he released a number of mixtapes, including Barter's 6 and 2 installments of his Slime Season series. In 2017, Thug was featured on the hit song Havana by pop singer Camila Cabello, which became his first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2019, he won the Grammy Award for Song of the Year for his songwriting contribution to This Is America. Young Thug's debut studio album, So Much Fun, debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 and included the Billboard Hot 100 Top 20 singles, The London and Hot. The following year, his single Go Crazy with Chris Brown from the collaborative mixtape Slime and B peaked at #3 on the Hot 100, becoming his first top 10 single as a lead artist. Young Thug's run-ins with the law. Young Thug has told interviewers that he was expelled in the 6th grade for breaking a teacher's arm. He was sent to juvenile prison for 4 years. But even since his career began, Young Thug has had many legal issues. In April 2017, after a Lil Wayne tour bus was fired at by members of the Blood Street Gang, Thug was one of the individuals involved in a lawsuit after the bus driver of the tour bus decided to sue Cash Money Records, Young Money Records, Birdman, and Young Thug. A lawsuit was filed against Thug in January 2017 after Thug didn't show up at a concert in Salin Stadium after a $55,000 contract was signed. This wasn't the first time a lawsuit has been filed against Thug for not appearing at a concert, as a Texas production company filed a lawsuit against him in April 2016 after he failed to perform at a concert. He was cleared of battery in April 2017 after reportedly slapping a woman outside a nightclub in the previous month. The woman was arguing with Thug's fiancée, Jerica Carley, when Thug supposedly stepped in and attacked the woman. The charges were dropped due to a lack of evidence. His gun and drug charges were dropped in April 2017 following a raid of his then home in Sandy Springs, Georgia, which resulted in Thug being charged with felony cocaine possession, felony marijuana possession, and 3 counts of felony gun possession. Thug's lawyers argued that police conducted the search without a warrant, which led to the DA dropping all charges except felony marijuana possession.
I was arguing that the entry into Mr. Williams' home was unlawful, and therefore everything in that home could not be taken, should have been suppressed and returned to Mr. Williams.
It was reported in April 2017 that Thug was being sued by Heritage Select Homes for owing almost $2.2 million in house payments. On September 24, 2017, Thug was arrested in Brookhaven, Georgia on multiple drug possession charges and possession of a firearm. Thug was released on bond on September 27, 2017. On September 7, 2018, Thug was charged with possession and intent to distribute meth, hydrocodone, and marijuana. He's also charged with possession of amphetamine, alprazolam, codeine, and a firearm. Young Thug in trouble again. Young Thug appeared before a Fulton County judge in his first court appearance in months. The rapper is in more trouble than he ever has been in before, and is one of the more than 24 people arrested in a sweeping gang indictment. Young Thug is accused of being one of the founders of Young Slime Life, an alleged criminal street gang that prosecutors say is behind slayings, aggravated raids with a deadly weapon, and armed robberies. Williams, fellow rapper Gunna, and 26 other people prosecutors say are associated with YSL were arrested in May on RICO conspiracy charges. Prosecutors argue that YSL actually stands for Young Stoner Life and is a record label.
I would say the RICO charge is the prosecution's mafia charge, bro. You want to eradicate a gang, you arrest them all under one umbrella, and then you just wait till they start cutting off each other's heads, bro. Like, it's so crazy with the RICO charge. You don't necessarily even have to commit a crime, but just your affiliation with a crew, a set, or corporation, or gang, you know, is enough for them to arrest you and take away your rights, bro. It's the RICO charge is crazy. That's every gangster's worst nightmare. Because you could literally just be guilty by association, bro. And 9 times out of 10, these niggas are going to start to talk.
On Williams' first public appearance since his initial arrest in May, he flashed a smile and waved to his family and friends as he entered the courtroom. His lawyer, Brian Steele, was hoping to not only get a bond for his client, but also to argue several motions dealing with evidence and statements made ahead of the trial, which starts January 9, 2023.
Now you're about to get the rest of the story, and to say that I'm about to have a Paul Harvey moment. We're sitting here and you got the song and dance. The rest of the story will tell the court why a bond should not have been granted or should not be granted in this case.
I think you've already stated that there's not a bond issue. There's not a really first appearance other than you're verifying his counsel. At an appropriate time, we're going to file an objection or notice of objection to Attorney Steele. He has represented multiple people on the indictment, and we feel that a conflict would exist,
which is a criminal street gang activity and a conspiracy to commit racketeering. And both of those, I believe, are within your breast. I heard what you said as well, but the offense here is Mr. Williams is only indicted on count 56 and count 1. And I would like bond to be heard by your honor.
During the hearing, Steele argued that evidence seized in a search of Williams' home in 2015 during an earlier case should be suppressed because warrants were either invalid or didn't exist. Police seized marijuana, computers, and cell phones during that raid. Steele said, "I challenge the initial entry into Mr. Williams' home. He is the victim of constitutional rights that have been violated, and the state doesn't get to go back and do it again." In a big win for the defendants, Judge Ural Glanville sided with Young Thug, ruling that cell phones and other evidence collected from the rapper's home during that raid couldn't be used as evidence in the trial.
If you're not considering that today, then he's already on a no bond. Mr. Williams, in Act 4, which is from 9/9/13, had a stolen firearm.
Hilarious moment during hearing. On December 15, 2022, Young Thug appeared in court ahead of his YSL RICO trial. The hearing was live streamed, and netizens noticed a peculiar incident that left them in a frenzy. News outlets noted that the courtroom was facing certain technical issues, leading to them facing audio problems, among other difficulties. The attendees and law enforcement moved into another room later on. However, the problem continued. It seems like the live stream moment that has gone viral had something to do with the technical difficulties they were facing. Popular Twitter account and hip-hop news publication Daily Loud uploaded a video of the awkward incident that took place in the courtroom. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, a court monitor was hacked by an unidentified person while Young Thug's lawyer Brian Steele was arguing for evidence to be suppressed in the case. The hearing started after hours of delay and with a naked Zoom bomber who appeared on the court's internal video feed, flashing the courtroom with a sign that said, "Free Young Thug." Internet users were flabbergasted after watching the video. Some netizens expressed doubt over what had happened, as it was not evidently visible that there was a naked man dancing on the screen. However, those with sharper eyes were quick to notice the hilarious moment and were left in a tizzy. Several memes ensued after the video went viral. Deputies were quick to rush and turn off the screens. Unsurprisingly, as the incident took place, Young Thug looked uninterested in what had occurred. YSL labelmate Gunna is freed on a guilty plea. The hearing came a day after YSL rapper Gunna, real name Sergio Kitchens, pleaded guilty to a racketeering charge and was released from prison. Kitchens took an Alford plea, which is a type of plea deal whereby the defendant maintains their innocence while entering a guilty plea. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 4 years suspended. He was allowed to leave prison because his more than 6 months in jail for pretrial detainment was counted as time served for his 1-year prison sentence. While many on social media labeled Kitchens a snitch, Kitchens said in a statement that he did not cooperate with investigators and would not testify at the trial. Kitchens said in a statement following his release, "While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way." So he claimed that he had not made any statements, had not been interviewed, and had not cooperated with prosecutors, and had no intention of being involved in the trial, but
that's
plea
wild
agreements
too,
in
bro,
which
because like social media wants you. I mean, I don't know, bro. Y'all can leave in the comment section what you think about that whole Gunna situation, because everybody talking about he snitched. Everybody talking about Gunna snitch. Everybody talking about, because you know the video shows the judge asking him those questions, and he's like, "Yes, man, YSL is a gang, this, that, and the third." Now, did he aid prosecution in being able to jam Young Thug? Quite possibly, but snitching is a whole different level, bro. I don't know. Leave in the comment section if you think Gunna is snitch, bro.
Gunna swore to have direct knowledge of people in YSL committing crimes and participating in gang activity suggest otherwise. Jeff DeSantis, a spokesperson for the district attorney's office, said that Kitchens agreed in court to testify if called upon to do so.
Oh, nah.
Young Thug's co-defendants, Gunna, real name Sergio Kitchens, well, he was released from jail on Wednesday thanks to a plea deal.
I'm pleading guilty, but not admitting I'm guilty. It's just legal jargon, legal maneuvering, but it's the same as a regular guilty plea. He's a minor player, so it's just going to clear the deck, an opportunity to go after the big players in this case.
However, Kitchens' attorney, Steve Sato, told The Times, said that his client reserves his right to assert his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
YSL is a music label and a gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
Another YSL defendant, Walter Murphy, aka DK, took a plea deal. Prosecutors
I ain't gonna
confirmed.
hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Hold on, let me bring that shit back. Whenever you got a dude that's locked up and he's a part of the set, he rubbing his forehead like that, bro. He ready to tap. He's ready to tap. My son's saying, I cannot take none of this. When your man starts to rub that old forehead rub, my son is stressed. 24-hour lockdown, surrounded by bare man. He's ready to tap. He's, boy.
Prosecutors confirmed. Like Murphy, he pleaded guilty to a single count of conspiracy to violate the racketeer-influenced and corrupt organization RICO Act. Murphy's probation included a condition that he testify truthfully in any further trial as it may become necessary, according to the AJC.
And these are the niggas that Young Thug was calling his gang. These are Young Thug's brothers right here. Like, you heard that? Like, let me bring that shit back for y'all, bro. Look at this dude's face. You know what I'm saying? This ain't some good Samaritan. This is probably dudes that was rubbing elbows and shoulders with Young Thug in the room. When things was going down, he was a part of that. And it's so crazy how prosecution could bend and break these guys by using prison as like leverage to get them to cut each other's heads off. And it's crazy too, man. Like, and these are the same dudes that will ride and die and commit all these crimes, but then snitch and then flip on their mans to spare themselves. Shit is crazy.
Organization RICO Act. Murphy's probation included a condition that he testify truthfully in any further trial as it may become necessary, according to the AJC. Murphy was sentenced to 1 year in prison and 9 years of probation. Like Murphy, his 7 months of pretrial detainment counted as time served.
And he's
Murphy's
released.
lawyer, Jacob E. Hudson, said the client will also acknowledge that YSL evolved into a gang. Hudson said that at the time of the indictment, Murphy had left YSL after serving close to 6 years on charges including a gang charge and 4 counts of an aggravated raid with a deadly weapon.
Do you see this square, bro? Do you see this? Now, I'm not gangster, bro. I mean, I'm a real one, but I ain't gangster. Like, I like, but this just goes to show you, like, what are we talking about? These are supposed to be the real niggas. These are the niggas that get money together, sleep with bitches together. Like, they out here running the streets together. But then when they get jammed up, they flip on each other. Damn, bro. They got Young Thug right where they need him, son. And they're gonna use his own mans to jam him. Leave in the comment section what you think about the whole YSL trial and just your thoughts overall. Like, what do you think? You think Young Thug's gonna serve life in prison? You think he beats the case? Or you think it's a wrap? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Gabos. I appreciate you for rocking out with me, because I rock out with you. You already know the vibes, man. Until next time. It's wicked in these streets. Stay clean. I'm out.